You're right on time for Hope TV News Watch on this 4th day of November 2025. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani and Boniface Morethi is our sign language interpreter. Kenya and Qatar have agreed to deepen economic and diplomatic cooperation during bilateral talks held at the Second World Summit for Social Development in Doha, Qatar. President William Ruto and Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani committed to expanding Qatar investment in Kenya, focusing on agriculture, infrastructure and financial partnerships, including support for Kenya's mega dam program to boost irrigation and food security.
The consensus that once bound us together in Copenhagen is fraying. The world risks retreating into isolation at a time when cooperation should be a priority. Excellencies, as the UN at 80 initiative reforms process unfolds, the time will soon come for all of us to make critical choices about the mandates and structures of the United Nations. In doing so, we must resist the temptation to elevate one pillar of the UN at the expense of others. The United Nations was founded on a holistic vision of delivering global peace and security, human rights, and development. These are the three inseparable, indispensable pillars that together sustain global stability and human dignity. I have no doubt in my mind that while the UN must remain the foremost guardian of global peace, it must also be a catalyst for prosperity and a champion of human dignity everywhere and anywhere. The Doha Summit must therefore renew our shared resolve to act decisively, both as individual nations and as a united global community, to eradicate poverty, create decent work, and advance social inclusion as the surest path towards a world that is truly resilient, inclusive, peaceful, and sustainable. I thank you for your attention.
Now, Her Royal Highness Princess Lala Asma of Morocco has arrived in Kenya for a 3-day official visit and was warmly received at the JKIA by First Lady Rachel Ruto and senior officials. During her stay in the country, the princess will visit Kenyatta National Hospital to witness the cochlear implant program and sign an MOU on hearing health, while donating devices worth 120 million shillings to restore hearing for children, with a state dinner at State House later in her honor. Moving on swiftly, and Wiper Patriotic Front Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has criticized President William Ruto, accusing him of prioritizing handouts over genuine youth empowerment. Speaking in Machakos County during a youth training and empowerment graduation ceremony, Kalonzo Musyoka called for the review of budget allocations to counties and highlighted the achievements of nearly 1,000 students completing the program. Tracy Kwamboka with more on this.
Is the modern day
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has warned that handouts alone will not transform the country.
What certificate is out?
Speaking in Machakos County during a graduation ceremony for a youth empowerment and training program, he criticized the government for failing to release full budget allocations to counties, saying the shortfall is a major obstacle to devolution and delivery of essential services.
Our devolution lies in its ability to bring government, opportunity, and hope closer to the people.
According to Machakos Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi, while 15% of the national budget is supposed to go to counties, only 9% has been dispersed so far. He describes the gap as a challenge of implementing projects aimed at improving livelihoods at the grassroots level.
6,000 to 10,000 people to State House, bribe them with 10,000 shillings each, mass bribery, Now, if you cumulatively took that into account, the amount you are spending on bribing Kenyans, that is enough to pay university lecturers and to get our university students to go back to school.
Musyoka also called on President William Ruto to resolve ongoing lecturers' strike, insisting that teachers must be paid so that students can return to class. He further accused the government of using state funds to sway citizens instead of investing in long-term empowerment initiatives that could equip young people with skills for the future.
This celebration, therefore, is bigger than the mere presentation of certificates. It is, I believe, a living testimony of what happens when devolution meets empowerment.
Highlighting the importance of youth involvement, Musyoka noted that young people across counties have been actively participating in community service and skills development programs, from vocational training to environmental projects, showing their readiness to contribute to national growth.
I am proud that the progressive idea that I preconceived has yielded fruits, because I believe that empowered youth is the foundation of a prosperous county and nation.
On her part, Governor Wavinya Ndeti announced that 967 out of 1,000 students successfully graduated from the empowerment program, which focuses on unlocking potential and nurturing talent. The remaining 33 students who did not pass the exams will have a chance to retake their assessments and complete the program. For Newswatch, I'm Tracy Kwamboka.
Away from that, and university workers and lecturers have signaled willingness to reconsider their earlier headline demand for the full payment of the 7.9 billion shillings owed under the 2017 to 2021 CBA in a single installment. Speaking during a meeting convened by the National Assembly Education Committee to resolve the 7-week lecturer strike, union representatives say they are now open to reviewing the government's 50-50 payment proposal. Still, matters of teachers officials from the coast region are threatening legal action to stop the government plan to shift teachers from the Minet medical cover to the Social Health Authority. The union says SHA may not offer the same benefits, citing concerns over coverage costs and limited consultation. With the current Minet cover nearing expiry, teachers remain anxious as the transition process stalls amid fears of reduced medical support.
Rural, urban, private hospitals hawajasikizana na serikali, bado wanadai. Sasa walimu hao 450,000 pamoja na watoto na familia yao karibu 1.8 million watahama mara moja kwenda kwa SHA bila mpangilio.
Saa hii kwanza bado kuna matatizo ya watu wa Minet. Kuna masuala ya pre-auth. As I'm speaking, kuna walimu kama 5 saa hii wamenipigia asubuhi, bado hajakuwa pre-auth. Kama kiwa Minet iko vile, na sisi tumekubaliana nao muda mrefu, leo tunachukuliwa kiolela, tunawekwa kwa SHA. Sisi kile tunaongea, lazima kwanza tuweke kwa meza, tuzungumze. Hatuwezi kukubali kuchukuliwa kwa SHA bila kuwa na mkataba rasmi.
Now, Kenya has received a significant boost in medical oxygen capacity with 470 patient monitors, 10,000 flow meters and 612 oxygen analyzers delivered under the Global Fund COVID-19 Oxygen Infrastructure Project. Health Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale says the equipment will expand oxygen access for newborns, critical care patients, and those with respiratory illness across all 47 counties, supported by ongoing training and maintenance to ensure sustainable life-saving healthcare services.
And we are providing a reliable medical oxygen. And this we are not doing it for the sake of it. Oxygen bridges promise and practice. It's very vital in our emergency care, in our maternal and newborn care, surgery, intensive care, and also during outbreaks. We have installed 14 bulk oxygen tanks, delivered over 1.2 million kilograms of liquid oxygen, and distributed more than 20,000 oxygen cylinders.
The consignment that we see here today, comprising of oxygen plants, maybe concentrators, cylinders, it will expand access across facilities, from referral hospitals to the last mile. And this will reduce preventable deaths from pneumonia, surgical complications, maternal emergencies, trauma, and critical illness.
Crossing borders now, and at least 26 people have died and hundreds of thousands displaced after Typhoon Kalmaegi's heavy rains flooded central Philippines, submerging towns on Cebu Island and blocking the Trans-Central Highway with landslides and fallen trees. Strong winds and relentless downpours have destroyed homes, swept away vehicles, and left residents stranded, while emergency teams work to rescue those trapped and provide relief to the growing number of evacuees. Quite a sad incident right there. Well, it's exactly 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
These days, the tide pulls harder. We rise early, hustle harder, and keep moving. But even strong men drift when there's nothing holding them. It's time to be anchored. This November, the Sitam Men Joint Leadership invite you to a defining moment. The Anchored Man Men's Conference 2025. Mark your calendar for the 14th and the 15th of November from 8 a.m. at Sitam Karen. 2 powerful days complete with plenary sessions that challenge, worship that renews, and expert-led workshops that tackle sensitive issues and anchor real men in real truth. Featuring the presiding Bishop of Sitam, Bishop Callisto Odede, the Deputy Bishop, Reverend Justus Mugambi, Regional Overseer, Reverend Jotham Munene, the Sitam Men's Patron, Reverend Jesse Mwai, and workshop panelists, Dr. Wahome Ngare, Elder Simon Wafubwa, and Mr. Kingston Ogango. Entry is absolutely free. Register online or at any Sitam assembly near you. See you there. Men on Record.
There's nothing as good in this world, Gigi. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
When you have people who will not judge you, people who you can fall back to.
Men on Record is for every man, and here we discuss anything and everything touching on the man. And this one is to help us become the men that God has created us to become in our marriages, in our families, and also in the society at large. So good news, this month of November, we do have a new co-host, and yes, we will be unveiling him in this new month of November. You would want to know who that is? Stay tuned to Men on Record on Hope FM, Hope TV, and across all our social media platforms.
Men on Record, Fridays at 7 p.m. live, exclusively on Hope TV and Hope FM. Men on Record, it's a man thing.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV News. Now let's get down to business and agriculture. Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has assured that all outstanding payments to workers in public sugar factories will be settled in due course. Speaking with unions and industry stakeholders, Kagwe emphasized that employee welfare and farmer dues are a priority, with payment programs already underway.
As a ministry, we will continue to struggle for the rights that they have, and in accordance with the agreements that we made, and we intend to live up to our part of the agreement. Those people who are, for example, being laid off, they have got certain rights that they are laid off with, and we are working, the PSNI are working with the Treasury to make sure that the resources required to meet our obligations are availed. Now, I would also like to appeal for understanding, because sometimes, you know, PS Rono and I are not signing these checks. We are fighting for them to come somewhere else, to come from somewhere else. And it's a struggle sometimes getting these resources. So if they are not coming on the exact date that we agreed, it is not that we are refusing or we are delaying, or that somebody somewhere is just sitting on money waiting for, you know, watching farmers and workers suffering. It is not. It is that we are also working within certain constraints that we are trying to unravel.
Moving on swiftly, NCBA Bank Kenya Managing Director James Gossip has concluded a 3-day leadership tour along the coast, meeting customers, partners and staff in Ukunda, Nyali and Mombasa, highlighting the region's economic significance in tourism, trade and port operations. Gossip emphasized NCBA's commitment to customer-centric growth, digital banking expansion and tailored corporate solutions, aiming to empower businesses and strengthen relationships in one of Kenya's most vibrant economic corridors.
We held a lunch yesterday and we had some 30 customers come to that. The purpose of that was to explain what our strategy is for the years ahead to do with customer obsession and to hear any feedback that they have. And I was very, very pleased that they raised comments about what they liked with us, and in particular they were extremely enthusiastic about the level of customer service that our colleagues here in the coast region have been given to them. What they asked us to improve on, shall we say, is a lot of stuff to do with Connect Plus. I think it's stuff that we can easily do, and that was the purpose of coming out to the coast regions, to hear from clients how we can improve. Now, if we can deliver those services quickly, what that will do is it will enable customers to feel that the bank listened to them, acted for them and delivered for them.
The spirit of listening to our customers and the intentionality around listening to our customers for us is right embedded at the heart of everything that we're doing. And not only do we just want to listen for the sake of listening, we've got to pick every one of this feedback and take it back. And really, we do this on real-time basis, because then one of the things that we're going to be doing differently, particularly within our retail business, is actually embedding what we call product management, all right? And product management is really the ethos of we understand what we are doing, we understand where we are curating every single product.
We've set ourselves the challenge to be a value-driven, trusted partner. You don't get trusted if you don't solve problems, and you don't create value for both the customer and the bank if you do not unlock those hidden needs with creative solutions to it. So listen and then be responsive with creative solutions to customers' needs.
I Am the Code and Equity Group Foundation have joined forces to equip 600,000 African learners with digital and technical skills through a comprehensive online digital academy. The program offers over 65,000 free courses in science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, and design fields, mentorship and leadership training with a focus on women, youth, and underserved communities.
This is a huge opportunity for us to enhance and increase our headroom of supporting young people, not just with education, but also with technical skills, what one would call the skills of the future. They need these work skills because employability is increasingly becoming difficult if you don't have the skills. And essentially, for us in the formal sector, like in banking, the most scarce skills are AI, coding, data analytics, data engineering. Those are the skills that are giving us problems.
All right, and to some sporting action now. The NCBA US Kids Golf Fall season has concluded at the Muthaiga Golf Club with 146 juniors in action. James Tino, Adam Nesbitt and Ashley Gashora were among the standout winners, while Brianna Ngeshu and Kuram Bhati claimed overall titles. The top performers now advance to the grand finale later this month, showcasing the next generation of Kenyan golf talent. Now, Nairobi United have been drawn in Group B of the 2025-2026 CAF Confederation Cup, facing Wydad Casablanca, AS Maniema Union and Azam FC of Tanzania. The group stage kicks off on November 21st with 2 rounds before the Africa Cup of Nations break, and the remainder resuming in January. This marks a historic milestone for the Kenyan side, who earned their place after a remarkable domestic cup double and a strong qualifying campaign. Nairobi United now prepare to test their mettle against some of Africa's most experienced clubs on the continental stage.
USM Alger, Algeria. Wydad AC, Morocco. Stellenbosch FC, South Africa.
Kaiser Chiefs FC.
In the English Premier League, Sunderland captain Granit Xhaka produced another masterclass, scoring a crucial equaliser just seconds after halftime to score a 1-1 draw with Everton. His all-around display, creating chances, winning tackles and inspiring his teammates helped Sunderland stretch the unbeaten home run and climb to 4th place on the English Premier League table. Now, the UEFA Champions League is back tonight with a blockbuster slate of fixtures as Europe's elite battle under the floodlights. Napoli host Eintracht Frankfurt, while Arsenal are away to Slavia Prague. In the early kickoffs, later PSG welcome Bayern Munich in Paris, and Liverpool renew their fierce rivalry with Real Madrid at Anfield. Other fixtures tonight see Juventus take on Sporting Lisbon, Atletico Madrid meet Union Saint-Gilloise, Monaco travel to Bodo Glimt, Olympiacos face PSV Eindhoven, and Tottenham Hotspur host Copenhagen in London. Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV News Watch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and Boniface Moredi has been our sign language interpreter.